Okay, hello guys, I'm Yahya Alfatih. I'm student of Management International class of Tanjung Pura University, batch 2015. And here this video is for my midterm exam, organizational behavior. And in this video I will answer the question and hope you can understand well about the topic and hope you can enjoy this video. Okay, for number one, I have three experts, and first expert is Stephen P. Robbins. He defined organizational behavior as a field of study that investigates the impact that individual, group, and structure have on behavior within organization for the purpose of applying such knowledge toward improving an organization effectiveness. And then the second is from Kate Davis, and he defined organization behavior as the study and application of knowledge about how people as individual and a group act within organization, and it strives to identify ways in which people can act more effectively. And then the last from the Luton. Luton said that organizational behavior can be defined as the understanding, prediction, and the management of the human behavior effect the performance of the organization. Number two, it has a three level. First is individual level analysis, and then group level analysis, and organization system level analysis. And yes, they are all related. And it starts with the individual diversity characteristic, personality, and value that are shaped by a combination of individual genetic inheritance and childhood environment. And then it creates a group structure and roles and teams responsibility that are typically assigned immediately before or after a group is formed. And finally, it will be a result on the organizational behavior and culture. And then discipline involve organization behavior. At first is psychology, social psychology, sociology, and anthropology. And psychology contribute on a learning, perception, personality, emotion, training, leadership, effectiveness, and etc. And then for the social psychology contribute to measuring, understanding, and changing attitude, identifying communication pattern, and building trust. For the sociology, organizational culture, formal organization theory and structure, and organizational technology, communication, power, and a conflict. And the last is the anthropology, as contribute like organizational culture, organizational environment, and difference among national cultures. For number three is attribution theory is intended to help a person understand the cause of human behavior, be it their own, or someone else. The basis of attribution theory is that people want to know the reason for the action that they and the other takes, and they want to attribute cause to behaviors they see rather than assume that these behaviors are random. And then the attribution are critical to management because perceived cause of behavior may influence managers and employees' judgment and action. Attribution also may influence employee motivation. Employees who perceive the cause of their success to be outside of their control, may be reluctant to attempt new tasks, and may lose motivation performance while in the workplace. I think it's no, and these are simply variation in his emotional state, and emotion or react to the object or something like that, and it's not a trait, and they are object as specific, and emotion have a number of a dimension like in variety, intensity, frequency, and a duration. And James Lang theory said that people experience emotion because they perceive their body physiological response to external event. And according to his theory, people don't cry because they feel sad. Rather, people feel sad because they cry. And likewise, they feel happy when they love. Number 5, we find a consistent negative relationship between satisfaction and absenteeism. Dissatisfied employees are more likely to miss work, and then job dissatisfaction is more likely to translate into turnover when employee opportunity are plentiful because employee perceive it's easy to move. And the relationship between job satisfaction and turnover is stronger than between satisfaction and absenteeism. The firm can create something like remove some job control and then give a great job freedom or additional authority to the worker, and assign a specialized task to worker so the worker can improve their skill and become an expert, and increase work accountability for their own work, and give the reward for the worker who has a good performance. And it can make a good motivate for the worker in the firm. For number 7 is the hierarchy of needs theory. The best known theory of motivation is Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs, and Maslow hypothesized that within every human being there exists a hierarchy of 5 needs. First is physiological, include hunger, thirst, shelter, sex, and other bodily needs, and the second is safety, like security and protection from physical and emotional harm, and the third is social affection. It's social like affection, belongingness, and acceptance and friendship. And the fourth is esteem, internal factors such as self-respect, autonomy, and achievement. And for the last is self-actualization, drive to become what we are capable of becoming, and include growth, achieving our potential, and self-fulfillment. And for the ERG theory is a theory in psychology proposed by Clayton Alderfer. Oliver further developed Maslow's hierarchy of need by categorizing the hierarchy into his ERG theory: existence, relatedness, and growth. The existence group is concerned with providing the basic material existence requirement of a human. And for the McClelland's theory of need was developed by David McClelland and his associate. Let's look at three needs And the first need is need for achievement, as the drive to excel, to achieve in relationship to a set of a standard. And then need of power is the need to make other behave in a way that would not have otherwise. And then the need of affiliation, and is the desire of friendly and close interpersonal relationship. And the two-factor theory, also known as Herzberg's motivation, Higgins theory, and dual factor theory, state that there are certain factors in workplace that cause a job satisfaction, while a separate set of a factor cause dissatisfaction. The relationship between the theory is from one theory into another. There is no basic, which is Maslow's theory of needs, and then it developed by some expert into many theories. Organizational behavior is a field of study that investigates the impact of individual, group, and structure on a behavior within organization. In this case, the organizational behavior is for everyone. Means that everything that is learned in OB is applicable or acceptable in daily life, and everyone can use this OB theory in daily life, such as in living in a family, with a good behavior, and how to act in such condition in a group or a community. Expressing emotion like you when you are happy and you express it in the workplace, it will be a good thing, because you are in a good mood to do a job. And the other example, when you are feeling sad and you express it in the workplace, other people or other worker will entertain you, and it will make you cheer up again, and it will prevent a bad performance on the work. For number 3, I agree. Managers' interest in job satisfaction tend to center on its effect on employees' satisfaction and employees' performance. And happy workers are not necessarily productive workers, but productivity is likely to lead to satisfaction. And organizations with more employee satisfied employees tend to be more effective than organizations with less satisfied employees. Okay, for number 4 is I'd like to watching movie, and after I watch movie I can get more information and I can get a good story, and it will make me happy, of course. And then I like to read a book or a novel, because after I read the book or a novel I can get a good story of the novels, and I can get information, and I can enjoy the time when I read the novel. And then I like listening music, because I believe when I listen to the music, it can change my mood to be better, and I enjoy when I listen to the music. And what I don't like it or I dislike is like a smoking, because I don't like people smoke, because it's not healthy, and it will cause you to the sick, and yeah, it's not good at all. And then I don't like go fast and when I driving a vehicle, because yeah, it will be dangerous for yourself, and you can make some distraction to other people too, so it's not good. And I don't like to waiting for a long time, because when I waiting for a long time, it can like it's feel boring. It will bored, and I don't like it. Number 5, as a university student, OB help in the class, like how to behave to the lecturer, how to keep in a good mood or keep happy when the situation in class is not good, and I can keep my perform well in the class. And as an employee in the workplace, OB help as well in terms of job satisfaction and performance. It's related on how we behave toward the situation to keep a good performance during work. And as an employer, I try to understand about the need of employee, and then considering the needs as an employer, and I should give motivation so the employee can do a good performance when they are work. For part B, number 1 is we have 9 presenter and 9 topic, and the first chapter is what organizational behavior, and present by Amanda Tiaraski and Luna Anissa. And in my opinion, their presentation is good. All of information they want to deliver is clear, and I can understand well. And from this presentation, I can know about the detail of the organizational behavior in a general. And then for the second chapter is a diversity in organization by Etsa and Miriam Asali. And in my opinion, their presentation is quite good, but it's so fastly, and I can catch a little bit understand about the topic. And from this presentation, I can know about the diversity in a company and the organization. And for the chapter 3 is attitudes and job satisfaction by Indri Fadila and Andre Govani. And in my opinion, when they deliver the material is really good, because they can present the presentation with a simple word, and I can understand well. And what I can get from this chapter is about attitude and job satisfaction in a company. And for the chapter 4, it's emotion and moods by Masita and Pandu Wibowo. And in my opinion, the presentation is good. All information can be absorbed, and I can understand well. And for this presentation, I can know about the emotion and mood of employee during the work hours. Next, chapter 5 is personality and value by Rianti and Reno Akbarwiski. And the presentation is great, and I can get what they want to deliver. And from this presentation, I can know about the personality and value which is varies in the company. And then the next chapter is chapter 6, perception and individual decision making by Safrilia and Erickson Sanjaya. And my opinion, their presentation is awesome, because I can understand well about what they told, and they can deliver the presentation with a good and simple words, so it's very good. And from this presentation I can know about variety of perception and individual decision making process. And next is chapter 7, motivation concept by Handy and Stephen. The presentation is quite good and I can know many information from them. And this presentation from this presentation I can know about the motivation that is useful to boost employees' performance. And next, chapter 8, motivation from concept to application by Tiara and Husnul. And their presentation is good. I can understand well what they talking about, and from this presentation I can know about the next application on the motivation after learning about the concept from previous chapter. And the last chapter is chapter 9, foundation of group behavior by Daniel and Karin. And the presentation is nice and I can get many good information from them. And from this presentation I can know about how to create the foundation of a group behavior. Okay, for the first video is the power of decision making by Benedict Affield. And this video tells us about how important and how powerful the decision making in our life, such as when we make a decision in our daily activity, and then when the manager try to make a good decision to face a problem in a company. And this video is defines clearly and tell us about the good decision making for our life, so we can get more we can make a better life and better profit for the company or something like that. Then the second video that I've watched is about 2 reasons why people resist change and how to drive organizational change. And this video tells us about 2 reasons why the people resist the change. The first is just they don't feel there is a purpose for the change, and then the second is they don't feel involved. So this video try to tell us the reason of the people they don't want to change or resist on the change itself, and the problem and how to drive organizational change is just the problem is leader don't spending nearly enough time focusing on why the change is necessary. And the other problem is leader don't give their people a seat at the table. And as human being we naturally want to be involved, so this kind of the reason is make the people resist to change. Third video is about organizational culture, and this video tells us about the organizational culture itself, the definition, the factor, the impact of the organizational to the culture, something like that. And in this video also the popular Stanford GSB lecturer Joel Peterson led a discussion on the issue surrounding the development of a corporate culture in a new business venture, and he tried to make a good discussion and give the solution to the issue itself. And this video is actually very good for us because we can get more information about the organizational culture itself. For the last video is change management unit 1, organizational change. And this video have a discussion that delivered by Professor Dr. Holger Sommerfeld, and the topic is organizational change. And this video tells us about organizational change itself, and in the end of the video you can know about, you will realize that all organizations need to change in order to survive, and that organizational change can be difficult. Because in this discussion, professor tell us about the impact and the problem that face to the organizational change itself. So from this video we can get more information about the organizational change, and it's very useful for us, and this video is very good.
In the dark.